In this video, we're going to do a direct comparison between the AI voice text-to-speech features in ElevenLabs and VoiceWave AI. Now, ElevenLabs and VoiceWave AI are not really direct competitors because although ElevenLabs, which I'm looking at here, initially made its name by being a really great AI voice generator and text-to-speech creator, it has since then added a ton of other AI content creation tools, including video generation, image generation, and AI music creation, and a whole lot of other stuff. And you can sign up for a free ElevenLabs account using my affiliate link, which you'll find in the description. And that will give you 10,000 credits a month for free that you can use to test out all of their tools. And you only ever need to upgrade to a paid plan if you want more credits or if you want to use the stuff that you're creating for commercial purposes. The free account does not include a commercial license, which is perfectly reasonable. I actually really appreciate ElevenLabs' business model because it's extremely transparent. You can try everything for free. The only limit when you're on a free account in ElevenLabs is the amount of credits that you have, but those do replenish monthly, and you can use them to try every single tool. Like, you can't generate a lot of videos with 10,000 credits, but you can generate a couple. And you can generate lots of text with 10,000 credits. The plan that I'm on in ElevenLabs, I think, is called their creator plan, and it costs around $22 to $25 a month, and it comes with 100,000 credits a month. And the great thing about these credits is that they roll over if you don't use all of them. And so I have almost 200,000 credits at this point because I've been on this plan for a few months and I've never used up all of my credits. And so they just keep rolling over. And now I can use these for whatever I want to test all kinds of different stuff out. So that's what ElevenLabs is. And VoiceWave is a dedicated AI voice platform. You can create AI voices with cloning and from text prompts in VoiceWave, just like you can in ElevenLabs. And you can generate audio, including generating conversations with multiple speakers using VoiceWave. So although the two tools do have some of the same features, VoiceWave is a dedicated AI audio tool, and ElevenLabs is an all-in-one AI content creation platform. And the other difference, as I mentioned, is that ElevenLabs has a great free tier, but if you want to use it for your business, you have to upgrade to a paid subscription, whereas VoiceWave is currently offering a lifetime deal. And this is the current VoiceWave lifetime deal pricing. I'm not going to talk too much about this because the price does rise periodically, but there are also sales sometimes. And you can use my affiliate link for VoiceWave to visit this page. And my recommendation would be, if you're not ready to purchase it right now, but you're interested in it, join their email list. And that way they'll email you when they have their next sale and you can get the best possible price. And the one thing that I will say about the lifetime deal is, first of all, it's a great deal. I bought it. And it actually has two separate versions of the deal. So they have their standard pricing and their relaxed pricing. And standard pricing is just their normal lifetime deal where you pay a one-time fee and you get all the features that are included described below. But if you toggle it to relaxed, the way that relaxed mode works, and it explains it right here, is you get all the same features. It's the same product, but your generations are placed in a lower priority queue when the tool is experiencing a high demand. Basically, that means sometimes your audio generation will be a little bit slower than it otherwise would be. I bought the unlimited lifetime relaxed plan because I saved $50. I think it was the same price when I bought it as it is now. So I saved about $50 by getting the relaxed plan because although I do generate quite a bit of AI content, I'm never doing it at the last minute. Like, I don't need it to be really, really fast. So I just figured I'll save $50 and it might be a little bit slower. And I've really never had an issue with it. And the other thing that I'll mention, because it just popped up, is if you use my affiliate link to visit this page on a computer, then you should get this pop-up where you can sign up for their email list and it'll send you a coupon code for an additional 10% off of whatever the current price is. Even if the current price is a sale, you'll still get that 10% off. Just keep in mind that you have to do this on a computer because this is an exit intent pop-up, and I believe they have it disabled on all mobile devices which is typical because exit intent pop-ups just don't really work on mobile devices properly. And so when you visit the page, all you have to do, close this, is visit this page. Please use my affiliate link. And then when you go to move your cursor out of the window, like to go to back or to go to close or something, it opens that pop-up. If I refresh, it might do it again. I don't know. You scroll down a little bit here, click a couple times so it knows I'm engaged, and then I go to escape, and there it is. There's the pop-up. So that is an exit intent pop-up. These are kind of old school, but they are highly effective, and offering an additional 10% off of whatever the current deal is a really good way to get people to sign up because it's great value. And so this is what I did. And I could be remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure I bought it at the current price. And so even if you're not sure if you're going to buy it right away or not, if you think you might want to in the future, then check out the lifetime deal page, read all the features, get to know it a little bit. And then if you feel like it, trigger the exit intent pop-up and sign up for their email list. That way you'll get your 10% off coupon code, and they'll also notify you when they have sales. And now, just before we get into doing the head-to-head comparison of ElevenLabs and VoiceWave's text-to-speech features, I need to make a confession. I actually started a second YouTube channel this year, and it's the channel that I'm looking at right here. It's called AI Copywriting Tools. I'll link to this channel in the description in case you want to subscribe to it. I'm doing a lot of the same type of content. It's mostly AI software reviews and tutorials for the purposes of making money online and online business. But I am taking a bit of a different approach to this channel. So some people might find the style of these videos works better with their learning style. And the other thing, and you can see I've only got 9 subscribers, and the purpose of this channel was to see if I could create another channel in the same niche as this one, but make it completely faceless. Now, most of my videos on this channel, Lover, Fighter, Writer, are faceless in the sense that I don't show my face. However, I do have quite a few videos on the channel where I do show my face. I think the last one was just a couple months ago. And also, this is my real voice. This is me talking. And so on the AI Copywriting Tools channel, I created an AI voice, and I decided to make it a gentleman with an English accent, just to be different. And so this is actually a 100% faceless channel. I make the screen recordings, I generate the AI audio, and I cut it all together. And I decided that I would see how much I could grow the channel and try to get my first affiliate commission from this channel before I really started promoting it with my existing assets. So I really haven't promoted this channel at all with my email list or with my Lover, Fighter, Writer channel or with any of my online assets that actually get traffic. I haven't sent it to my push notifications or my email list or anything like that. All I really did is I created a Facebook page for this channel that I can share my videos to. And I also shared most of the videos to my personal Twitter account, but nobody follows me on Twitter. So that didn't help, I don't think, at all. And the channel is not doing amazingly well or anything, but my most popular video has almost 200 views already, and I've got a couple others that are getting close to 100. And although the growth has been slow, it's been steady. And I believe that if I just keep publishing one video a week, which is what I've been doing, and maybe even bump it up to 2 videos a week, I can probably have this channel partnered and monetized within a year. And if I actually start promoting this channel, then maybe even faster. And so I'll put the link to this channel in the description if you want to go subscribe there as well. I'd appreciate that. And I might also start emailing some of these videos to my list and things like that to give it a little bit of a boost. And so the audio that I'm generating with VoiceWave and with ElevenLabs for the purposes of this experiment is going to be used in a video for the AI Copywriting Tools channel. And I created the voice on both of these platforms using their prompt to voice features. I used more or less the same prompt, although I had to fine tune it a little bit differently to get it sounding the way I want. And you'll notice it doesn't sound the exact same, but it's quite similar. And overall, I just want to see which one does the best job of generating AI voice out of the box. And both VoiceWave and ElevenLabs allow a maximum of 5,000 characters. Character is every letter, piece of punctuation, and space in a body of text. And so it usually works out to like 600 to 800 words maybe. And so I've copied the same section into both VoiceWave and into ElevenLabs. See 3,606 characters there, 3,600 characters here. So they're just counting a little bit differently. Maybe one of them counts new lines and the other one doesn't. And I've generated it. So let's go ahead and give a listen to the VoiceWave version.
Imagine, for a second, that you could double your creative output without actually working a single extra hour. No, this isn't some late-night infomercial pitch for a vibrating belt that promises six-pack abs while you eat crisps. I'm talking about the quiet revolution sitting right there on your desktop.
All right, that's quite good. Let's check out the ElevenLabs version. And my browser crashed while I was recording this at one point, which is why if that hadn't happened, then the play button would be down here. But because the browser crashed, I had to go into my history over here, and this is what I generated. So we'll go ahead and play that.
Imagine for a second that you could double your creative output without actually working a single extra hour. No, this isn't some late-night infomercial pitch for a vibrating belt that promises six-pack abs while you eat crisps. I'm talking about the quiet revolution sitting right there on your desktop. We've moved past the AI is a toy phase, and we've firmly entered the AI is a collaborator era.
And it is 3 minutes and 36 seconds on ElevenLabs and 3 minutes and 31 seconds on VoiceWave. So very similar. And so far, I like VoiceWave's version a little bit better. The main thing is that it is controlling the pacing a little bit better. You can see how there's significant spaces of silence here. And the one that I noticed the most was that when the VoiceWave version said single extra hour, no, it had an appropriate pause in between the period and no, whereas the ElevenLabs version, it almost acted like there was no period there and it just rolled right on through, which was very unnatural sounding. And it's the kind of thing that would make me go, hey, that sounds weird, and make me start thinking about how the voice sounds instead of what it's saying. And in terms of the voice quality, I think they both sound great, but it seems like the ElevenLabs version has more of a sibilant S. And that's something that I probably notice more than most people because I speak with a bit of a sibilant S, which is when you kind of make a hissing noise when you pronounce an S. And I guess you could call it like a mild speech impediment. And I have been able to teach myself how to not do it as much. But I find that I notice it when I'm listening to content or watching content. And I've actually had a few people over the years comment on my YouTube channel saying that they don't like listening to me because of the sibilant S in my voice. Some of them falsely identified it as a lisp, which is something else. That's when you pronounce S as a TH, whereas a sibilant S is what I do, where I sound like a snake when I say an S. And so obviously, a lot of people don't even notice that at all. Others are very sensitive to it. And so I just noticed that a little bit more in the ElevenLabs version than in the VoiceWave version. So far, I'm preferring the VoiceWave version, but let's listen to a little bit more.
We've moved past the AI as a toy phase, and we've firmly entered the AI as a collaborator era. But here's the rub. The market is absolutely flooded. Every week there's a new game changer that supposedly makes the last one look like a pocket calculator.
All right, and let's switch over to ElevenLabs.
But here's the rub. The market is absolutely flooded. Every week there's a new game changer that supposedly makes the last one look like a pocket calculator. If you're trying to actually get work done, writing an article, drafting a business proposal,
And at this point, I'm pretty comfortable saying that I prefer the VoiceWave version. Again, they're minor things, and they might even just be my personal preference. I have a feeling the sound of the voice is a personal preference for me, but I think the pacing is a real thing that's important. And there's also differences in the way that you can use the tools. In ElevenLabs, there's a bunch of stuff that I can modify. So, for example, I can slow it down. I can adjust the stability, which is how consistent it sounds between regenerations. Increase that, maybe increase the similarity. And by the way, I have detailed ElevenLabs and VoiceWave tutorials on my channel. So if you want to know exactly how to use these tools, check out my other tutorials. I'll try to link to the most relevant ones in the description. And then there's also this style exaggeration thing. Maybe I'll turn that up a bit. And then I can regenerate and see if it sounds better.
Imagine for a second that you could double your creative output without actually working a single extra hour. No, this isn't some late...
Now see, it still did the thing where it didn't really give this period the pause that it deserves. And again, I could modify that in editing, right? I can cut it there in editing and add some space, but I don't want to have to do that. The whole point of generating AI voice is that it's going to save me time, or at least that's one of the reasons to use it. And in VoiceWave, the only thing that you can modify before you generate it is the tone. You can choose one of these moods, and I use them sometimes, but usually I use either neutral, or I might try like angry, fearful, or disgusted, because the other ones just tend to be a little bit too weak to really make a significant difference. But after it's generated in VoiceWave, you can modify both the volume up or down, and then you can preview it. So if I want it to be like just a little bit louder, and then I can preview it.
Imagine, for a second, that you could double your creative.
And then I can change it more if I want, or apply changes. And I can also modify the tempo after it's generated, which is really, really useful, because it's not uncommon with AI voice that you might like the way it sounds, but just wish it was a little bit slower or faster. And sometimes the voices actually sound a lot better if you speed them up or slow them down a little bit.
Imagine, for a second, that you could double your creative.
And I actually do like that a little bit better, so I'll apply those changes. And for me personally, since I own both of these tools and I don't have to pay any more to generate audio with VoiceWave because of the lifetime deal, I'm probably going to continue using VoiceWave to generate the vast majority of my audio content, because that way I can save my ElevenLabs credits for sound effects, image and video, music, and any other crazy things that they come out with. So that's my personal perspective. I do think that there are certain cases where ElevenLabs would be better. Depending on your use case, there might be situations where being able to adjust these things before you generate would save you a lot of time. They also have a variety of models here, including what they call the Flash model, which is 50% cheaper, and some other more advanced models. I'm not saying that VoiceWave's text-to-speech is better than ElevenLabs. I'm saying it seems to be better for my specific use case right now, because I just have a few voices that I've already created that I like, that I need to use to generate the audio for a few videos a week. So if I was doing something more complex, might be a different situation. But based on the way I'm using it, I'm finding VoiceWave is a little bit more efficient and more cost effective. Remember, you can get the link to the VoiceWave lifetime deal, as well as a free account for ElevenLabs in the description. Please do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And feel free to talk to me in the comments if you have a question, if you have an experience with one of these products that's different. I'm always interested to hear what you're saying, and I'll talk to you again in the next video.